So now let's look at worksheet 7, the review, the odds, but we'll go out of order because Kira wants to see number 15.
Kira's had me.
F of 0 equals 2, f of negative 2 equals 3. Okay, I don't know what that means yet.
Bless you.
Then the antiderivative of f prime. Okay, that's good news, right? The antiderivative of the derivative is going to get me back to f. But obviously there's a little more going on here. Let's let u equal x over 2. And then du would be 1/2 dx. So I need a 1/2 on the dx and a 2 out front. So 2 integral. Let's leave off the units for now. F prime of u minus 3 du. Changing these limits is easy. 0 over 2 is 0. Negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. And I'm getting a glimpse of why they gave me f of 0 and f of negative 2 here. So the antiderivative of f prime is f. So f of u minus, what's the antiderivative of 3?
3x.
Well, if there was dx, it'd be x.
3u.
So it's going to be 3u. From negative 2 to 0 with the 2 out front. So 2 times f of 0 minus 3 times 0 minus f of negative 2. Got negative signs all over the place. Minus 3 times negative 2. Parentheses, bracket, parentheses, parentheses, bracket, bracket, parentheses. Let's keep track of things here. F of 0 is 2. 3 times 0 is 0. F of negative 2 is 3 plus 6. So 2 times 2 minus 9. By the way, I could safe stop somewhere in here. 2 times negative 7 is negative 14.
Yay.
So that one was mostly about u substitution. Yes. What other odd ones do you see that are of interest to you? Or do you want me to pick the ones that I think should be of interest to you?
You pick, because you've seen the test.
I have, but it's so much like the test.
Which ones do you think would be the most difficult for us on the test?
I would say 11 is not interesting to me. Not interesting to me. Not at all. Some of these. Oof. What do you want to see on the odds, or you don't even know, maybe?
I don't know.
Let's jump to the, we haven't done any trig today.
Unfortunately.
Or not much trig. So let's jump to the back page and let's do those and we'll see where we stand. Number 17. What do you think for u substitution?
Equals cosine.
Good. U equals cosine. Du would be negative sine. That's an easy fix.
Somebody just won something.
So let's see, du over the square root of u, but I don't like that because I can't.
U to the 1/2.
Let's do u to the negative 1/2. And now we're good because now it's a power rule problem. So
what are they playing?
increase the power by 1, divide by the new power. And then plug in the U stuff again.
Somebody's like, yeah, that's the good stuff.
-2 square root cosine of x plus c.
Do you know what they're doing over there today, Mr. Wolf?
They are playing a game.
What game?
It's just a made-up dumb game, math game.
Oh, is she playing the magnets game?
Yeah, where you race up and...
And then, like, you can knock other people down?
Yes, that's the fun part. All right, 19. What does 19 look like? Do you recognize what's going on?
It looks like arc signs.
Looks like arc sine.
Yes.
No, Trey?
There's a -1.
Yeah, but you know how to fix the negative.
Okay, yeah, true.
Just take it out front.
Isn't that R? I think he's trying to convince you.
Cosecant has the absolute value of x out there, so it's not that.
And he said no, we're secant.
Okay, so the negative sign, you're right. It could be arc cosine, but we don't worry about arc cosine because all we have to do is put the negative sign out front. Okay? So you're right. It does look like arc cosine because it's negative, but rather than deal with that, put the negative out front and be done with it. And then let's let u be 4x plus 1. du is 4 dx, 4 and 1/4. And now it definitely looks, especially if I'll just take the time to say a equals 1, that is arc sine. But we had to recognize that sort of before we got started to know which path to take. So -1/4 arc sine u over a, so 4x plus 1 over 1 plus c because it's doesn't have any limits on it. But again, you had to recognize right away that that was an arc sine problem.
What made me recognize it was the squared underneath the square root.
21. Okay, the square root one is arc sine, but it's a squared minus x squared, so it's not that. If it's a complete the square problem, that wouldn't be arc tangent because there's not a square root. So I don't think this is arc sine or arc tangent.
What are you saying?
Let's let u be the denominator and hope that this thing works out. So would you say that's working out or not working out?
Working out.
I would say so. Because if I put a 2 up there and a 1/2, then I've got du over the square root of u, which is u to the -1/2 du. Do you want to bail on this problem and go to another, or keep going?
What are the limits?
I do need to fix the limits. So I would need to know u of 1. 1 squared plus 2 plus 1 is 4. And u of -5
Is 25 minus 10 plus 1, which is 16.
Those are conveniently enough perfect squares, so that's probably going to work out for us here in a
Yeah,
minute.
but it doesn't, you'd have to, it would make me more comfortable to flip it and put a negative in front of the
Okay.
one. Because then it's 4 to 16 and not.
It certainly feels better if the smaller number is on the bottom, and so you're welcome to flip those and put a negative out front to make it look better. If you don't want to do that and you want to do f of 4 minus f of 16, that's okay. I mean, you're going to be dealing with a negative number somewhere in there.
I'd just rather it be on the simple.
Alright, so increase the power by 1. Divide by the new power. So multiply by 2. So negative 16 to the 1/2 minus 4 to the 1/2. That would be a safe stop. But negative 2 would be the best answer, the multiple choice answer. What does 23 look like? Arc sine. So a would be square root of 3 and u would be 4x. And we'd have to do 23 or just let it go for something else. What about 25? That's just the straightforward. Do you remember the antiderivative of tangent? Hopefully you have it memorized, but if you don't have it memorized, you can sort of get there. Natural log of cosine of x. Except that the derivative of cosine is negative sine, so you need a negative on there. And then if you wanted to be fancy, that negative could be the exponent.
But then nobody wants to mess with that.
Nobody wants to do that, but what if that was a multiple choice answer and that one wasn't?
Then you screw it.
As long as you're okay with that.
Secant's the one that's like secant plus
Mm-hmm.
go whatever.
Secant, natural log of secant plus. Who's usually partnered with secant in derivative
Cosecant?
stuff? In derivative stuff.
Cotangent.
Tangent.
Or tangent, not cotangent. Jeez.
And then 27 kind of matches 25. So we're probably off by a co and off by a sine. So natural log of the sine of x. No use substitution on those, but do you recognize what's going on, or do you just know the formula?
Alrighty
When you watch the video, I messed up number 20 with the u and x limits. So when I get toward the end, that's the confusion, and I didn't figure it out before the video ended. 18 I changed to make your life easier and to make it match the test more closely. So change 18, although we did one of these earlier, natural log of x all to the 8th over x. Do we need to do something from 13?
Yes, please.
Let's do A, B, or C. It doesn't really matter because you can look and see if you pick U to be the inside stuff, DU is going to be the outside stuff. Maybe with a 2 or a negative 2 or a 3 or something out there. So I guess let's do B. They look all pretty much the same, so I'm guessing B is the middle difficulty one. So let's let U be 6 minus x squared. Du is negative 2x. Simple enough fix. Negative 2 and negative 1/2. So negative 1/2. Antiderivative. Okay, we got to change our limits. Square root 11 looks awful, but when we plug it in, 6 minus 11 is negative 5. And if I plug in 1, X minus 1 is 5. And I
And then
didn't.
you flip it and get rid of the negative out front.
I didn't show my U substitutions, but we've done enough of them maybe. Again, we've got things out of whack here with the limits in their spots, so I'm going to change it to 1/2 from -5 to 5. F of U du. Uh-oh, I don't have any.
It says graph of F.
I mean, I got a graph of F, but I don't have any, like, values. What?
We've got some areas.
We have areas.
Oh!
Take that as a light bulb going off, because area, antiderivative is the same thing as area. So this
Yeah.
means area from -5 to 5 under F of U. So 1/2, and then -5 to 5. Let's just be careful here. Area C is 10,
But
but
would it be negative?
it would be -10 because the area is 10. The integral is -10.
Because it's respective to the x-axis.
Area D is 27. It's above, so it's positive. So my answer then is 17/2.
Alright.
All right, I know we covered a lot today, but that was good.
Don't go brain dead.
Check the video online for all of the evens.
Ignore the...
Find my mistake on number 20. And then maybe it'll match the posted answer.